I'm a little bundled up. So I'm gonna step outside for a second. Have a few moments in the cold air. You know, tonight, 12 o'clock midnight, it'll be December 22nd. I was like 20 years old in Double Max. They just let me up out the hole. I've been in the hole basically since the previous year, October 13th, you know? And then from that point forward, at 19 years old, sat in a cell, basically held hostage and fighting these charges. Actually, the charges hadn't came yet. You see what I'm saying? It's October 13th. The charges didn't come till about January. You understand me? So for roughly 90 days, I sat in a situation, a circumstance, pretty much not knowing what's about to take place, when it's going to take place, how it's going to take place, and none of that. You understand me? And the particular things that I end up going through from that point forward, you know, there's a legal interpretation to it, street interpretation to it, probably a gangster interpretation to it. There's all kind of interpretations to it. You understand what I'm talking about? I would say one of the things that transpired by the time I went through this particular process, I started getting involved. People call it music, right? I myself ain't never been about music. My whole family tried to get me involved in music from the time I was born. You understand what I'm saying? But I ain't never had no taste for it like that. Not to do it, not to play the guitar, not to play the drum. You know, I took the lessons. You feel me? I tickled some ivory and things like that. You understand me? Played on a few drum sets and this and that and the third. You know, paid lessons and this and that and the third. I hated that shit. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm trying not to, you understand me, use too many cuss words. You know, that's the too short lane. We'll get to that lane at some point. So, you know, when I use cuss words, it tended to take me back to when I was 14, got a whiff of something, you understand me? You understand me? Something that, sounds similar to what I would probably say to something, you know what I mean? But anyway, young tender, what you be mine, you know what I mean? So I'm telling you that in the process of me going through these particular ordeals, from the time I was, placed in handcuffs and taken to solitary confinement, or approached from this, prison captain, Mr. Beaudry, we're going to have to place you in lockup. You understand me? You got anything to say? How can I say anything if I don't know about nothing about what happened? You understand me? And I started this process. Like I said, me going to solitary confinement and then being there all the way up until this point in time, December 22nd, right? A year and some change later. The guy, Jeffrey Dahmer, just got killed. The guy, Jesse Anderson, you feel me? These two individuals got killed. And in fact, they got killed approximately a matter of days after I got transferred up out of the dungeon to Double Max. And part of the story you listen to when you're listening to the music is you hearing me talk about me being on the investigation with this whole circumstance, this and that and third, right? The reasons why and what happened, and keep in mind you, that those homicide charges by now, we talking about attempted murder, and I'm fighting this, going to trial with this bad boy, right? Well, not necessarily that I expected to go to trial. The case should have been worn out the gate. You understand what I'm talking about? Whether we talk about, like I said, we could talk about the scenario from, a legal perspective. We could approach it from a hood perspective, a prison perspective, a gangster perspective, if there's such a thing. You understand me? Or law-abiding citizen perspective. Whatever perspective you approach it from, there's a legal version that's bound by law. The people involved, whether they're government officials or officers, administrators, whoever's involved, there's a certain process they got to go through, what you might have heard of called due process, which comes with two different distinct, it's kind of like copyrights. It's got two different distinct propositions to this. The substantive due process, which you know nothing about, and the procedural due process that you tend to think is ironclad, right? When it comes to procedural due process, there's these things in which case both parties could potentially usurp the interests that are served by procedural due process. And I hate to get hyper technical with you, but let me break this down for a minute. It's the reason why the joint called me Little Johnny Cochran. We'll get back to that one day. Now, here's the deal. Procedurally speaking, let's say all of us was in a situation where we needed to be at court. And the day we needed to be at court, this person's stricken with coronavirus. This person's in a car accident, and this person is stuck in a snowstorm. Procedurally, we have to, in some shape, form, or fashion, modify the law or the due process in order to accommodate these particular circumstances. That's procedural. Substantive, however, is a little bit more critical and hyper-technical. If thou shalt not move, thou shalt not move. If thou must do, thou must do. You understand what I'm saying? You're in that kind of space. And so that's the space where you hear the congressional people or the professional people, the government people sit here and aspire to, I'll be nice, argue in front of you the idea that these ideas are more relevant than these ideas, and then they try to tell you, well, this is political and this is, listen, at the end of the day, it's certain things that the reason that they're in place would be to prevent those things that took place in the first place. And the argument that you see in the political landscape is generally about these things, and they do it so publicly and egregiously to prevent you from paying attention to the process that led us to this problem in the first place. So you never address what really is the problem, the situation. I'm telling you, in this particular case, if you were to walk into anybody's courtroom with that kind of comprehension level and knowledge of how this should be applied, the case would be required to be dismissed, and I can give you all the listings as to why it would be dismissed, either because of what the law enforcement did in handling the process, the prison officials did in handling the process, and every step of the scenario that is described from anybody speaking on the particular incident is coming from an angle of they're all in violation of the law before you even get to investigate the crime to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So they're worse than Mark Furman. Mark Furman touched, or is alleged to have touched, and therefore you're saying he could have potentially corrupted the evidence. In fact, in this particular situation, your law enforcement people allowed the inmates to do the crime scene. So you can understand I had no intention of going in anybody's, you understand me, trial, you feel me? We don't need that, Yana. We can just dismiss this here with prejudice based on the fact that they violated my Sixth Amendment rights. We're not even talking about Sixth Amendment right to speedy trial. If you understand compulsory rights, right, the right to compel those, right, and you understand notice of the charges and all the elements that formulate the thing that you need to hand to the attorney so that the attorney can be an effective counsel in this particular situation. I do think we have a classic case of like not one Sixth Amendment violation, as Barker versus Wingo would tell us. That particular U.S. precedent did kind of make it pretty clear. And everything after that that kind of argues against it, whether we're talking Sanders versus Connor or when was that? Blakely versus Washington. I could keep going, but I don't want to shepherdize nothing right now. You understand me? I'm telling you, so that being the case, like I said, I never intended to be in anybody's trial room. Feel me? So things went a little bit awkward, and in the process, when they went awkward, here I am finding myself in this double max facility. You feel me? And in the process of me being in this double max facility, a few days later, Jeffrey Dahmer and Jesse Anderson come up killed, right? So now they're trying to say that, me and this dude and this dude and this dude and, oh, it's retardedness, right? And on December 22nd, they let me out of the hole. Now, I was scheduled to get out 360 days. Some might say that I wasn't such a nice guy in solitary confinement, and so therefore they extended my solitary confinement time. You understand me? But oh well. So instead of getting out October, I ended up getting out of the hole in December. You feel me? But I got transferred, I believe it would have been like October 27th. So pretty much a year and a few days after the situation, right? And when I should by law be scheduled to get out. And the reason why it goes past October 13th is because it's actually an 8 and 360. So instead of a year, it's actually 3 extra days added on that, right? So you say 13 and 5, put you at 18 plus 3, 21st, somewhere around there would have been the time that I was supposed to get out the hole, October 21st, something like that. So 21st, 27th, whatever it was, I land in double max. And in the process of me landing in double max, a matter of days after me being there, understand me, Jeffrey Dahmer come up dead, you did, and Jesse Anderson. Now, if you know the story, you feel me? We're not going to approach all that today, other than to say that December 22nd, the meaning of that particular day, never went into this particular album, 12 Midnight. We're going to hit that, you understand me? Hit a few, tunes and notes, you know what I mean? You've been paying attention to Shot-Town Tour's musical Shot-Town Tour stream team. You know it brings you the whole Chief Thug Therapist movement to begin with, right? But anyway, this is the first time I was going live on YouTube, wanting to say and express thanks to all the subscribers, you understand me? 5,600 to start with before I even decided, to show my face, you know what I mean? I'm gonna put the Versace's back on, you understand me? Because, y'all ain't looking like you combed your hair and brushed your teeth, but I hope you did, you understand me? In the name of Jesus. So, going back to what I was saying, I never had this thing with music. And without me acknowledging where this particular date that I was wanting to drop this new album, Gunline PTSD, I felt as if, from my experience, there was no significance to the date that I consciously put into the project. You feel me? Other than, 23 and this being the third album, this and that, the third. Outside of that, I would say, when I look at it from the angle of how I never wanted to be in music and felt as if music became a compulsory process, and the compulsory process that I'm telling you about is me going to solitary confinement. So you got to think I'm in solitary confinement 24 hours a day, 19 years old. Now I'm not a sleeper. You feel me? And even if I did sleep, I sleep pretty light. And I don't have any kind of sleeping disorder. I don't have sleep apnea. I don't have none of that, right? I just don't sleep. Like, I got so much energy in my soul that it'd be futile to sleep, because I'd be wide awake. I'd be asleep, but I'd be wide awake doing things. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times it just don't feel like it's even necessary to take a nap. You feel me? But I'll take a nap here and there. You feel me? But anyway, that being the case, now imagine that's life I just described of me possibly taking a nap, or taking a nap under the conditions of I probably worked 14 hours. After working 14 hours, I then worked on the car business. So let's say I get done 11:30, sometime between 11:30, 12:30 in the afternoon, and been done worked on the car business all the way up to at least probably 5:30, maybe 6:30 or later if that's what it requires. Now keep in mind, I gotta go in to work 9:30. You see what I'm saying? But from the time I get done with cars until 9:30, there's things I would have to take care of in the music business in order to, keep my thing rolling, right? To be able to generate the buzz and be able to, get the word out there, to attract subscribers to begin with, to be able to reach as many people on the platform as possible, right? And bring them to the channel, make the channel the thing that's worth doing. That whole Chief Thug Therapist movement being something that everybody gets. You come here to get some replenishing. You come here to get you some nourishment. You come here to get you some, you got to quench your thirst, right? Or you hungry, right? You hungry for the right thing, though. It ain't just you hungry and so damn, there's a McDonald's. I don't want no salt burgers, but, I'm starving, so I got to pull over and get me a salt burger, right? Or it's Hardee's, or it's, nah, I ain't going up in Hardee's, man. Damn. You understand what I'm saying? I don't particularly do fast food restaurants and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's to me, that's what you do when you're a kid, because your mama, you understand me, she don't know no better, so she feeds you this garbage, right? I'm talking about as a grown man, I don't think about stopping at no places like that, period, right? And I ain't thought about stopping at places like that at least 2 decades. I don't know, probably at least 2 decades. You understand what I'm talking about? I can't even think like that. You feel me? My brain don't even process, ooh, there's McDonald's. You understand me? I don't even see that job no more, right? Oh, there's a pizza place. My brain don't process all that processed food like that. You feel me? So anyway, I said that to say, imagine here I am in this particular setting, and while I'm in this setting 24 hours a day, there is no job in that space. There is no car business in that space. There's no music business in that space. Now, a lot of people don't pay attention to the fact that, a lot of times they speak on the ideal of getting your paperwork together in the music business, right? But them individuals don't ever tell you the reality is each piece of paperwork, there's a business that goes along with each piece of paperwork. There's a whole entire business to that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, after these cars and this and that and the third, I'm on that part of the game. You feel me? And so I might drop off at 7:30, 8:30. Screw it. You understand me? I figured, look, sometimes I could have been, let's say if it was an hour away from 9:30, I just drive to work, pull up, put the seat back, catch me a few right then. Have my alarm ready for 10:25. Bam, I'm up. Going up in the bathroom, you understand me? Bird bath, you understand me? Get right. Do my little 12, 13 hours, 14 hours. Try to squeeze 13, 14 on the ass. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, imagine that's me now. So 19, you just imagine the energy level, and the energy level being that 24 hours a day, ones is in a cell by itself. Ain't got nowhere to go. Ain't got nothing to do. So music for me was never a draw or attraction. Music for me was something to do just to occupy my time. It's like doodling to me. You know what I'm saying? It don't got that vibe to me. It don't have that, I want to do this. I want to rock the world. I'm gonna rock the world. I'm gonna shock the world. But it's not out of, that's what I desire. It's not out of desire. It's out of destiny. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, December 22nd, like I said, here I am in this place. Compulsory process got me in this goddamn dungeon. You understand me? Spitting, I don't know nothing about spitting no bars. I'm just spitting to myself. I ain't thinking about the world. I ain't thought about one person on the face of this earth. You feel me? Or if you think about it, think about any of my music that you hear, think of it as a letter from prison to a woman. You understand me? I'm hollering at my chick, because I ain't gonna be, I'm stuck in the dungeon. I ain't got nobody to talk to. The only person I got to talk to is her. I can't use the phone. Ain't no phones. Ain't no TV. Ain't no radio. Ain't nothing. Ain't no canteen. Canteen is what you can't get no zoozoo wham whams. You know what you get on the canteen? You get this this dish. You know how the dish rag look? Like the dingy dish rag in the ghetto. You can get one of them for a face towel. You feel me? You get some toothpaste and a toothbrush. You understand me? So you can put the little steak toothbrush down and steak toothpaste to the side if that's what you want to do. You might be able to get some envelopes and some stamps, and you can get some paper. You feel me? That's it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might be able to get some lotion. That's about it. You can't get nothing else. You feel me? So, and I'm up in it, like I said, I'm on the investigation for homicide. So they ain't gave me nothing. I ain't got nothing up in this bad boy. I got the bunk, the pillowcase, the mattress, the sheet, and blanket. That's it. That's all I got in this bitch. And some toilet paper. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing to write on. I ain't got nothing. You understand me? So other than the tap on the goddamn bunk, goddamn it. You understand me? And play these games with myself, right? And then somebody next door, he bothering me and things like, hey, bro, was that you over there? That's one thing I don't like in this world. I don't like nobody to bother me. I ain't bothering you. Why is you bothering me? I ain't said nothing to you. You know, you ever been in the store, minding your business? You just, you at the gas station, and here come this person. More, hey, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, man. I'm one of the people I can't stand it, right? But anyway, I'm minding my damn business. You understand me? Playing with this, trying to fix. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to figure out how I can, like, then when I start to see that, I say, okay, I'm gonna have to bring me a different instrument in. See what I'm saying? I'm just minding my goddamn business. And now I don't lay my drum pattern, you understand me? And I got it in my head, I'm just kicking it. Back at home at the time where we all play. A game of 44s, pumps in the make case. Always shooting at the bunks, man. Peace don't exist in this mob thing. So when they step to me, I let them know this. That you ain't nothing more but a bitch. Shot him up and I got caught for the rough shit. And I'm being charged with the murder of a gangster. Before we die, nigga cried, you's a gangster. You see what I'm saying? That's it. I'm just minding my business. You feel me? That's it. And then, goddamn, like I said, I ain't got no paper. I ain't got no goddamn pen. So I got to keep on saying this shit over and over again. Goddamn it, that's how. Now I'm entertaining myself. I'm up in this bitch. It's just me, myself, and I. And then by the time I get some paper, you understand me, I'm writing Shorty, right? So now I send Shorty a letter. You understand me? I'm living violence every day of the week. Strapped up, busting caps, murdering the streets. Somebody's getting fucked up. Somebody's gonna rest in peace. And many niggas that got me fucked up take me for a joke. Open your mouth, bitch, and taste this 44. And lay your ass real still. Sweet dreams, nigga, this a hollow tip sleeping pill. I just left the pen in the mouth to kill any motherfucker stepping out of pocket. I'd rather Nina on my drawers and a cocket. Busting caps at your ass, fool. You picked the wrong motherfucker to fuck with. Now your ass is mind trick. Slipped up, caught up. Nigga, you done fucked up. Face to face with my nine. Now you shit out of luck. Begging for forgiveness. But I'm down. We're taking care of business. That's it. And shit. Like I said, I'm stuck in a cell for a year. And some change. And because they claim I wasn't behaving myself under the conditions and the circumstances and the predicament they talking about, you know, they extended my stay, my happy solitary confinement stay. They extended it to December 22nd, right? Now, like I said, on the way in, I've been up in here since October, end of October, and a few days later, sometime, you know, dude come up dead, and now they trying to say, well, listen, I don't know, maybe they was trying to feel like we can just pin it on this fool. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. They gonna believe it. Look, the little son of a bitch, look. Just listen. Do you understand what happened here? This dude, mind you, he was about to go home. He was going home in like probably 90 days. This dude left this dude laying on the prison canvas with his brains hanging out. The dude's dead. He flatlined. The Flight for Life helicopter comes in. Medics cut the guy's throat, shove a tube down his throat, blow some air into this dude, and bring him back, right? Have break some ribs, do some quick repairs, and cut him open. Broke a couple of ribs out of him. You don't want to know what the kid told me. We'll get to that. So they break these ribs to stabilize all this so they can create him breathing mechanisms and everything, put it back together. It's all gone, right? Gone. The guy's whole face from here all the way down, straight powder like salt, right? Now back to what I said, what the kid told me. Jesus. The kid told me God took one rib out of Adam and made Eve. The kid told me I am twice as good as God, so I took 2 ribs. So we can pin it on him. So if that's how they was looking at it, I don't know. All I can tell you is here they got me under the, I don't even know I'm under the act though. December 22nd. December 22nd, they let me out the hole. Now the way these things work, there's what they call a travel log, a call log. Wherever you go, whenever you go, wherever you go, or however you go, it's documented. Now it's kind of like the financial institutions. You ever had to call an account before? And when you're talking to them, they tell you basically you have to, if you make that payment right now, let's say they're trying to tell you, if so long as you make the payment before 2 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, that payment is considered of today and previous. If you make it after 3 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Eastern time, then that payment is considered to have been made the following day. So I'm telling you, the call law basically works exactly like that. So they let me out the hole sometime that afternoon, probably 12-ish, 10, something between 10 and 12 in the morning, something like that, which is before the 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. deadline, whatever it is, right? So anyway, different joints, different systems, federal system and state system, they have 2 different times when they do it, right? But I'm telling you like this, because federal system, they could do it all the way up to, I know this for a fact, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, but they'll push it to 6. You know, they're the goddamn government, the real government, right? So they'll push it to wherever they'll procedurally, they'll do some due process violations if that's what the hell they got to do. You understand what I'm talking about? That's a guaranteed fact. Quit playing stupid. You understand me? So anyway, I'm telling you, here they let me out. Probably about, could have been anywhere from 8 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon. But now, my memory served me right. It was probably about 2 hours before 5. And the reason I say that is because they let me out. I go to this, they put me on unit, I think it was unit 1. As soon as I step in the unit, it's a prison guard over the overhead sergeant. Get your asses in the cell now. This is a little white broad, right? She's probably like 5'2", 5'3". I'm like, oh no, sir. We gonna have to correct and rectify all this here. You understand me? So I go up to the phone, because they got a phone on the booth. And I pick that bad boy up. I'm like, look, let me talk to the captain. You understand what I'm talking about? And because the captain gonna have to move me. Shorty gonna come up dead around here. We ain't playing them games. You know what it is. You understand me? So you better fix your mouth, Shorty, before I fix it for you. You understand me? So she's like, what's the problem? I'm like, man, listen. That's how you talk around here? She like, well, no, I was just, it's just them. You know, and then she like, well, and we got you the single cell and everything. Nah, I don't care about no goddamn single cell, shorty. That's for these stupid son of a souls around here. You understand me? I use the cell for one thing and one thing only, to make money. If that thing ain't making me no money, it ain't gonna mean no goddamn thing to me. You understand me? No, you understand me? I just don't be into no celly. I don't do cellies. You feel me? But now at this juncture, the government don't certify it. I can't have no celly. You understand me? Well, why can't he have a celly? Did you hear what I just told you? The dude's whole face is gone. I don't think he need no celly. You understand what I'm saying? Nah. I don't think he good on the celly. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, they let me out. Shorty like, look, I'm gonna chill out. You feel me? I go down the cell, and then probably about an hour later, because they did count time, about an hour later, they let us out to go to rec. You feel me? So it's probably about 2-ish, 3 o'clock, something like that. Anyway, I shoot the rack, because if you know the story, the whole, Jeffrey Dahmer got killed story, they trying to say that on this one particular day and time, somehow, all of these prison officials, all of these prison guards mysteriously were not at their post on the exact same day and time. Not individually. Not this person got the coronavirus, not this person out with the flu. No, everybody gone. All of them. The whole staff, everybody's going. Now, mind you, it's probably about 25, 35 guards that's going to be in this area at all times. Anytime there's movement, in fact, if you listen or pay attention to some of the details, they're telling you that the guards and the movement and this, that, and the third, because it's a double max facility. You feel me? And double max facility is essentially saying there's more prison guards and more security per prisoner, per inmate, right? Like everything is 2. You go in your cell, that's a barrier. The cell hall is a barrier. But your cell hall is another barrier from the day room, which is a barrier, double barricaded in all these different kind of ways. Get to the door of the unit and you about to leave out there, there's one security door and another security door. Everything's double like that. So anyway, you get escorted from the hall, generally by 2 guards. You feel me? So depending, I'm on restrictions. So I got the 8-man escort. I already got the 8-man escort before the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing. So anyway, now, like I said, they don't let me about this bad boy. But I go to the gym, you understand me, pretty much looking over what the hell they really trying to say to the public, is that Jeffrey Dahmer is in here, Christopher Scarver is in here, and Jesse Anderson in here. Mind you, Jesse Anderson is the guy, he's the UFC guy. This is the world-renowned martial artist. Nevertheless, I only say that for one thing. Not that I don't think anybody can harm or do damage, deadly, fatal, lethal harm to somebody that does martial arts. I'm never going to tell you that. However, the idea that you did all that and he never said ouch, when there's a prison guard sergeant sitting right here, and that sergeant, the way he sits inside that prison booth that he's in, this barricade that he's in, there's a mirror here, there's a mirror here, a mirror here, and a mirror here. He can't move nowhere in this booth. He can't look nowhere. He can't look over there and not see everything that's going on in this place, right? They got the mirrors specifically, and these, the big gigantic mirrors that they use for the semi-truck driver. You got these bad boys, so he ain't gonna miss nothing. If he missed anything, it's because he wanted to miss anything. He wasn't paying attention, and now he wasn't paying attention on purpose, because it's not no gigantic room. This ain't Walmart where if the sergeant's sitting here and they way over there, where the sergeant is sitting, nothing is really more than a matter of 30 feet away from him. You understand what I'm saying?
maybe 30 yards at the most. If they say anything took place or transpired in the so-called music room, 30 yards at the most, 25 yards. Anything else is so much closer. The only thing that's farther from him is the length of the gym where they could run back and forth, right? Other than that, everything around here, when they talking about, well, this happened in the shower or the locker room. The shower and the locker room is the same thing. So there's allegations that both of them, one was killed in the shower room, one was killed in the locker room. They're the same thing. You've been in the men's or women's, gym. Your shower room and your locker room is right there, right? So, and right there, here's your guard. You understand me? He can just look over here. He ain't gotta look over there though. He can just look up here. It's going everything's refracted and reflecting in a way where he can see everything going on around this bad boy, no matter what. And if it were to happen in anything, any shape, form, or fashion, in the shower or the locker room, it's impossible for you not to hear that. You see what I'm saying? Impossible. I don't care what you're doing. You can have the headphones on. You understand me? Impossible for you not to hear it. You feel me? So I go to the gym, I'm working out and everything like that, but I noticed the apparatus that they saying he grabbed, if you recall in a gym, they got an apparatus where you can do stomach exercise or you can turn around and do your back exercises on it, right? So they're saying that the little lever that you put in here, the little flap thing up in there, they saying he took that out and he beat them to death with this thing. Come on, man. Not saying that you couldn't beat somebody to death with a goddamn microphone, but that's a lot of beating, right? And a lot of beating. What you saying? One of these dudes sat there and just said, well, I'll just wait until you're done. When you're done, and you just come over here and get me too. And neither one of these dudes, if you're doing something to this dude didn't think to walk up out of the place, right? If you're doing something to this dude, and let's say this dude right here is in the shower. This dude right here, he in the locker room. So if you're doing something to this dude in the shower, you telling me this dude in the locker room didn't just walk up out of there. You doing something to this dude in the locker room, this dude in the shower just didn't decide, look, I'm finna walk up out of there. Feel me? And at the same time, you seeing none of that transpire. The sergeant, he didn't hear or see nothing that happened. Even though there's a big gigantic glass right here, it ain't a wall right here. I left that part out on purpose. So not only do you got these mirrors, the whole thing is encompassed by all glass, right? Fiberglass, right? So plexiglass. So he can see everything. It ain't that smoky plexiglass. It's the plexiglass that looks like, the best windows on the face of the earth. You understand what I'm talking about? And under them conditions, I walk through, work out, go back to the unit. When I go back to the unit, they tell me, you understand me? I'm gonna have to put my hands behind my back. So now I'm like, damn, what's up? One of the sergeants, he worked in the hole. Now at this time, I've been in the hole. Like I said, this time, one of the sergeants that working there, he familiar with me. This and that and the third. He basically give me the heads up, man. They on something. It's about to go down. White dude, we call him Red. So Red, you understand me? He's like, just imagine Doug, but he got red hair. You understand what I'm talking about? But he I would say he ain't as comical and corny as Doug, right? But Doug, right? Mall cop, 100%. So anyway, he like, man, I don't really know what's going on, but I know something's going on. Now, when he tell me this, though, I'm thinking he telling me maybe something happened to my sister, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the only person that, in the world that matter to me. I don't care. The whole world could crumble. I could give a damn less. You understand me? So I'm talking about when he said, I'm thinking, damn, something happened to my sister, man, because he got that look on his face like, man, it's all bad, fam. You know what I mean? And, because it wouldn't register to me the way some people would think. What would you think if somebody came to you and you felt like the look on their face, they about to give you some bad news? You know, I hate to say what it is because some of y'all, you've experienced that, right? Officers come to your house or something like that, or a family member or somebody call you and like, man, you know what I'm saying? You can hear it in their voice like, nah, don't say that. And when the person that they gonna say, you understand me? It's just the person that you had in mind that if you live that kind of life, that's not who you wanted to see harm come to, right? So my baby sister, she the only person that ever been like that to me. Anybody else, whatever happened to you, you understand me? Whatever. You feel me? So anyway, he got that look on it. I'm not taking it as though, you know, he's saying moms is something happened to moms or something like that, because I would have never felt that kind of way. You feel me? And which is what I was getting at, is that some of y'all experienced that, man, called moms is no longer with us and this and that and the third. And so it wouldn't have registered to me that if something happened to my mom's, I would feel that kind of way. And I ain't never had that kind of relationship with her. She just as much a stranger to me as the people that's on the other side of the country I haven't met before. You feel me? But anyway, I'm telling you, at this juncture, they put me in handcuffs December 22nd, take me back to the whole DS2, they call it, disciplinary segregation 2, and place me in a cell on temporary lockup. Put me back in, solitary confinement jumping and things like that. Now, I said that to say, I know intuitively that day, and if we was in the basement, we not, because it's a Chief Thug Therapist segment. I tend to like the gray, the feng shui, and the chief, right? Chief Thug Therapist segment is going to be completely different from what I do on other platforms. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people know me for going live on my Facebook. You know, another segment of my audience have known me for being a guy on Snapchat, and YouTube gets the first real live Chief Thug Therapist segment. I always picture my particular platform, brand, and overall, if you want to call it image or reputation, that the facilitator of the group. You know, I've thought long and hard about what role would I really want to play if I was in the music business or any business. You know what I'm saying? This is later on, once I realized destiny is what destiny is, right? And destiny being what it is, well, what the hell would I want to do? Because I've never seen a character or anything portrayed in the music business that I would ever want to be. I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up wanting to be like Mike. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna shake you out your shoes and Michael. You understand me? But in all actuality, that I didn't have that draw, right? We see the people that had to draw. That's why they move how they move. That's why Kobe moved how he moved, because he really had that Michael. You understand what I'm saying? LeBron, you see how he moved. You see what I'm saying? Because he really had that I'm Michael Jordan. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't that kind of person with nobody. Feel me? And that being the case, musically speaking, I can't picture any kind of image or idea that anybody ever had that I really would say, okay, I could roll like that. As much as I say that, Barry Gordy is what I paid attention to as to what I would find worth researching and learning about regarding the music business. Easy E, Ruthless Records, Barry Gordy, Motown, things like that. Obviously, at some point, the likes of, Master P, No Limit, things like that. But in the overall scheme of things, what would I want to be? And I felt like, I couldn't be no Snoop Dogg. I don't got a name as cool as Snoop Dogg. That's they cut the mold with that one, right? So I'm telling you, I never thought about it like in a cursory way. I thought about it in a real deep way that, what would be the shtick? What would be the message? What would be the formula to what I wanted to do, to what I was doing in the overall scheme of things? And I felt like I could take that whole facilitator idea, specifically from the perspective of 99.9% of the time you find yourself in any kind of group, financial literacy, anger management, domestic violence, violence prevention, self-help. A lot of times, those facilitators, they've never lived the life of the people that they're being the facilitator for. That financial literacy coach has essentially done the things necessary to become the coach, to become the professional, to get the credentials. So this probably more than likely they never did those things that you did or found themselves necessarily in them situations where they would have had to. So they don't understand really the dynamics of where you at. A lot of times that's the communication gap between people. And so I'm telling you that me taking on the ideal of the facilitator is, you know, I've been through a few things here and there. I've been accused of a few things. You understand me? And I've always been not guilty. I'm never guilty. You understand me? Even when I'm guilty, I ain't guilty. You see what I'm saying? So that being the case, I figured I could sit in there in that, because that's the hot seat. But generally, the person who is in that seat really can't feel the heat. You ever been in any kind of group, then you know how you felt like this person don't understand nothing I'm talking about. They can't feel that because they don't understand nothing you talking about. So the vitriol that you have, the feeling of, man, how is you you see what I'm saying? Whether you in Alcoholics Anonymous, generally Alcoholics Anonymous is people that, facilitators that, they walk down that path. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That my whole overall theme, Chief Thug Therapist, is actually I've been through all that down. Or a lot of that down. From the rooter to the tutor, from the tutor to the rooter. And that being the case, I figured we could have some conversations about it that made some sense. Now, melodically and musically, as I said, harmonically, I never was interested in music. It is after all that time in solitary confinement and then being replaced into solitary confinement for the next 3 years, it would be maybe a few days, 5 days, less than 3 years since a few years later, December 17th, But anyway, that's not even the story. The story is I felt like the date I came up with, December 22nd, to drop this third album was essentially 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. You understand me? Symbolic. Just for, like I said, the arbitrary reasons. It never dawned on me that, damn, December 22nd, I was 20 years old. They placed me right back in solitary confinement. Dirty mother. You see what I'm saying? So, that being the case, I felt like once I did come to the realization that December 22nd was the day that they placed me right back in solitary confinement, I was like, damn. I wonder if subconsciously, when I came up with the idea of dropping this album on December 22nd, that it would probably have deriven from, this nascent, never before explored particular life experience in my life. Whatever the case may be. I hope you all are ready for album number 3, Gunline PTSD. It's another piece to the foundation, infrastructure, base, and platform I wanted to put together as the catalyst for what my career is going to be about in the music business, entertainment industry, and multimedia. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you was able to follow along, because sometimes I get Socratic, and I might do my little Socratic discourse, and then I might go Shakespearean, or I might go Richard Pryor on you, and then I might, understand me, switch up to Langston Hughes and David Hume and Immanuel Kant and Aristotle, or things like that. I don't do basic English. I don't do ghetto English very well. I do because I'm ghetto-fied and this and the third, certified ghetto, right? But
Shout out to the Ghetto Boys, man. Milwaukee, what up, man? You understand me? But anyway, I'm telling you like this, that in the overall scheme of things, I basically came up to the conclusion we can get started and get it cracking right here, live at the Chief Thug Therapist. Shutdown Tours Music, streaming on all platforms. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the little button. Hit the little, listen, you see the little bell on the little emoji bell? I don't, whatever the hell, you know, the emoji bell. You know what the goddamn emoji bell look like that, right? Press that. That's the notification thing. It lets you know when I drop the new projects. It keeps you in the know. It keeps you understanding the movement. And see, it's not just movement because I went from this particular life, or I got into music, or I did this and that third. You watching before your very eyes the process of success transpire, right? In order for me to get to this point where we have the subscribers we have, where you know our YouTube shorts at this point, this channel YouTube shorts have done over 4 million views. You see what I'm saying? So I probably should have went live a long time ago, but now is when I felt like the Chi-Town Tour Stream team needs to let it be known. You understand me? We the dream team. You understand what I'm talking about? And it ain't no stopping, because we always planting them seeds. We don't do nothing in our formula better than planting seeds. Planting seeds is the number one thing we do best over here. Every day, all day, we in the business of planting a billion seeds. You understand me? Why? Because that's the kind of harvest that we want. So I want to thank you for tuning in. Hit the notification button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. You don't like what I said? I don't care. I do care. You understand me? Because people matter. And if you have something to say about what I have to say, I will take it under consideration and advisement and let you know that under the United States Constitution, it don't mention nothing like that. But as we like to say over here with Chief Thug Therapist, you understand me? But yeah, go ahead, like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Tonight's the night. 12 a.m., 12:01 a.m., December 22nd, third album, Gunline PTSD, part 2 to the whole Life of a Gangster PTSD. You better, come on, man. Y'all better get on that Life of Gangster PTSD, man. You understand me? Mama Blue, I know you. You understand me? You better get on that down. You understand me? But anyway, I'm living the life of a gangster. Yeah. But anyway, tune in, man. This part 2. Part 3 of this trilogy. The first trilogy being Prison Art, Life of a Gangster PTSD, Gunline PTSD, man. That'll be that trilogy before we come out with album number 4, man. We already in works on album number 4, album number 5, but man, stay tuned, man. We gonna get it cracking around here. You know how we do. For sure. Damn. I should start a poll. There we go. Do you like Joe Biden or Trump for 2024? Check that out. I'll leave you with no choice but to play the game, huh?